The world of Erda is dominated by the race of men and their 7 languages and cultures. The elves and gnomes keep their solemn oaths to the old god Sylvanus by guarding the forests of old, and curse the fey races of the Eladrin and Sedai, who forsook their oaths to the forests to find their heart's desires in the fey realm. High in the mountains, the giant races of the Jotun and the Goliaths live in cities of ice, designed and ruled by the Jotuns, and built and maintained by the Goliaths. Our story takes us to the Rovak-speaking land of Barovia, a principality that was once part of a great empire, till a cursed mist fell over the land, separating it and its ruler, the Tzar Strahd Von Zarovich, from the rest of the empire. Over 500 years, Barovia has been ruled by the Tsar, and the mists are impenetrable to all with the exception of a few trade delegations selected by the Tsar, and the odd adventurer let in by the dark powers that created the mists. The player characters have been permitted by the dark powers to pass through the mist into the land of Barovia. Sketch plays Ulark Lionbane, a human grave cleric from the Gaelish-speaking Isle of Koltana. A follower of the old gods, Ulark has devoted his life to the worship of the Raven Queen, goddess of memory and the passage from life to death. She has sent Ulark on a mission to strengthen the few who still worship the old gods within Barovia, and to free them from its curse. Haxel plays Dean Morgan, a tiefling echo knight from the Gaelish-speaking Isle of Adena. His fiendish nature is the result of a deal Dean's mother made with the devil Zariel to save his father's life. Dean hides his horns and claw-like hands to escape the hate of the followers of Solaris. Hearing of the terrors that stalk the night in Barovia, Dean wishes to make the Knights of Barovia a peaceful place once again, and show the members of his community that his heroic actions define him more than his devilish features. Locke plays Raphael Loez, a human clerical knight from the Florcaise-speaking kingdom of Circania. Raphael, a follower of the gods of Duat, is a special champion to Sekhmet, the warrior goddess of healing. A centuries-old curse lies upon all of his bloodline, and Barovia holds the key to its end. Cynthia plays Sorsha Sheridan, a Sedai druid of dreams, who has come to Barovia to make right the wrongs of one of her past lives. Salandra plays Lillian Melrez, a Sedai thief rogue who, since being banished from the Feywild at age 12, lived in the Rovak-speaking city of Sletvag. I have difficulty pronouncing something I created. After years of scraping by, her fey nature was discovered and she was chased from the city and wandered into the mists of Barovia. And then we will leave the last 2 people for later since they are not here. So just for anyone watching, a little more background on the world, since it's different. Most D&D games resemble sort of a Lord of the Rings Middle-earth, whereas Erda is more similar to a Grimm's fairy tale version of our own world. There are fewer races, and humans are the dominant race. Elves and the other long-lived races do not live past 200 years old. There are various pantheons that are worshipped in various cultures, including the Greek, Egyptian, Norse, and Celtic pantheons. There are other secular and monotheistic faiths that are followed by the people of Erda. The most dominant of these faiths is the Soldaran Church. The Soldarans worship Solaris, the god of the sun, virtue, healing, and light, and revere a number of saints who each stand for a specific ideal. And then for more information on the world of Erda, you'll be able to read a Google Doc that I will eventually post on Twitch. And if you're watching this later, I'll post it on YouTube as well. Okay, so we start with Sorsha. After a long journey through the Rovak Principality of Rovak, Sorsha rounds a bend on a heavily forested mountain road. Cynthia, why don't you go ahead and describe what your character looks like? At least in this moment, I assume she has her seeming on.
Yeah, so she appears to be a late teen looking human girl. She has long black hair, parted down the middle, and just normal rounded ears. Her eyes are brown. She is wearing um, her armor, which is leather and studded with wood rather than metal, since she is a druid. She can't wear or use any metal shields or armor. Basically, she's just very small and slender. She's under 5 feet. She's like 4'9" and looks quite small and is considered a small creature.
You continue, and about a minute later, you hear another rider making their way in the mists towards you from behind. As you turn, you see a very small figure on a horse. Salandra, why don't you go ahead and describe your character?
Okay, so there's this very dirty young human girl, maybe early teens or so. Her hair is long blonde and it's in front of her face. It's very matted. She's in tattered patch clothes. They're a bit too big. On her back, she wears a bag that's probably a little bit big too for her too. But she's carrying basically all that she has.
Dave, like, hi, friendly, I hope.
Uh, she'll look up, very, I don't know, skeptical, I guess. Not very friendly. And kind of see your face and give you a little bit of a stink eye.
Okay.
I will say that the both of you, your Sedagar, like Adar. Sedagar, I don't know. That's kind of goes off a little bit. So you have the feeling that each of you perhaps belongs to the same race, possibly.
The stink eye increases.
Oh no. Okay. Alright.
At the base of these statues, you see two men kind of looking up at the statues rather curiously. So why don't we have some descriptions of Ulark and Dean?
All right, so Dean probably stands at about, I modeled him after me, so maybe around 6'2". Pretty, I guess an okay stature of a guy, pretty average build. He's wearing some studded leather armor. You see he has a nice long sword at his side. It looks like it's been used a lot. And then he has a nice tattered up shield that just looks like it's also been used a lot. Or it's just been like handed down. Doesn't seem like none of his equipment is his, but they all look like sort of refurbished or remodified gear. You notice that he wears a little like halo headband crown on his head when he's not wearing his hood. It has kind of like fire designs on it. From a passerby's perspective, it kind of looks like it's just holding back his slick back hair, but the actual intention is to distract the eye from his horns, from any glancing eyes.
And then what does Ulark look like?
Yep. So probably his height is probably around 5'11". He's got a nice scruffy, you can almost imagine it like the length of my beard right now, ginger beard, and is paler, coming from the lands of Coltana. He's dressed in dark robes, almost in the style of a monk, but he has a cloak over his regular clothing underneath. He carries a quarterstaff in his right hand, and he's of average build, in his late 20s.
Wave a little bit, just like smiling a bit, but you could tell it's kind of like a forced smile, but I'll just be like, hit them with a General Kenobi hello there.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Lillian will give a quick nod, just a quick nod towards the two, still giving stink eye glances towards the other little one there.
I would be looking at Lillian, wondering what this poor girl went through, being a priest, and I would probably say like, "Ho!" I would call out to them and say, "Ho, fellow travelers, be you enemy or friend?" And wait a response if they give me a response.
Lillian will just kind of like glance away, like non-threateningly, just kind of glance away.
I will just shrug.
Well, Olark will take that as a as the former.
I didn't even know we were standing here in the first place.
Well, you just stopped to admire this large
The large
statue,
thing.
basically. So that's why you stopped, because it was just like it's very
Okay.
impressive. So it's
Alright.
awe-inspiring. Yeah.
Dean is a very simple man, so to be like, yes, nice rocks. Do you want to go inside?
Yeah, no, I would be like, let's go inside.
Alright.
Maybe occasionally glance back at the strange fellow travelers behind us, but
Okay.
The gates ominously shut behind you.
Nice.
Yes.
Thanks, I hate it.
I'd kind of announce,
Silently-
I'd be like, I didn't do that.
I silently curse under my breath.
Lillian goes
And-
wide-eyed.
And also, as they close, the mist begins to form sort of around the gate area, and it's sort of slowly creeping towards your back.
Lillian's gonna grab her bow.
I'd like to ride my horse next to them and be like, how's it going, little one?
Yeah, the bow is like notched in your face.
Oh, okay.
I would probably
I'd like to cast my echo behind her, have him like tap her on the back.
Ah, no, bow released.
So he just kind of like the echo just kind of moves his head slightly. The arrow goes off in another direction.
That wasn't very nice of you. I'll let it slide, I guess. Be like, that's me 2.0.
Super stank guy getting another one ready.
boy.
The camera pans from the four of you over to Raphael Loez. So why don't we why don't you go ahead and describe your character?
So Raphael Leos is about 5'10", and definitely not from here because he is really, really tan, like almost like farmer tan. And then he has like golden hair and a golden beard, kind of short and Doctor Strange looking. But despite the fact he doesn't look much older than 30, the hair is going very quickly gray. He's wearing a rather ornate chainmail tunic, and then it's belted with a really ornate metal belt with a lion's face on the front. And then on one side he's got his hand-and-a-half longsword, and on the other side is chained a book bound in metal.
She's sitting at a fire, a lovely little crackling fire, and she has a lovely silk scarf that's sort of like these beautiful patterns of like teal and sort of like burgundy and purple kind of all mixed together in this sort of really intricate pattern that's really pretty. And it's covering most of her hair, but the bits that you see are kind of more gray. And she turns to you and she says, "Hello, Raphael. It's about time you showed up. I was beginning to doubt you'd ever turn up." And she says, "Why don't you take a seat? We can discuss how you'll best be able to accomplish your goals here."
Hail and well met, madam. I'm glad I was expected. And I will dismount and go over to the fire.
Wonderful. I'm Madam Ava. And as I'm sure you're aware, you'll need allies to accomplish your mission. And as long as they are not as late as you are, they should be arriving any minute now, she says. And in fact, as soon as she finishes her sentence, you begin to hear the sound of a few different horses that also begin to round the corner. And she goes, "Ah, yes, I love it when they're punctual. Ah, yes. Lillian, Sorsha, Dean, Olark, so glad you're here. Come have a seat. We should discuss why you're here."
We don't know this woman, right?
No, you have never seen her before.
Yeah, arrow's notched. She knows my name.
Just don't worry, Lillian. I'm I'm not here to drag you through the flames or anything. And she says, "Your secret's safe with me." Oh, sorry, my dear. What name would you prefer to be called by?
Let's go with Ada for now.
She nods. Ada. Very good. Very pretty name. Some of you have come here to break curses. Some of you to right wrongs of the past. Or to save the people of Barovia. Some of you are trapped here now. And she kind of turns towards Lillian as she says this. The only way for you to be able to leave Barovia and to break the family curses and otherwise accomplish your goals is to break the curse over the land by bringing an end to its ruler. For only with his death will the mists dissipate and allow you and all others trapped here to leave.
Nice.
She says that there are, of course, 2 other allies that you will be able to find. Most likely they will be in Barovac at this point. But I'm not always perfect with the timing, so it may be that they will find you elsewhere if they are as late as Raphael here. I was expecting him much earlier. After you have buried the Burgomeister of Barovac, find me at the Tzar pools, and I will tell you what you need to know to defeat the fallen prince. Burgomeister, which is basically the mayor, for both her and her wagon fade from view, almost as if she and her wagon were an illusion.
Yeah, I kind of like poke him with the sword and be like, "You okay?"
I shudder awake. Like, what?
Be like, "You kind of just like
Cursed sorcery.
fell asleep, and I don't know." Be like, "Should we go wake up the other guy?"
Yes,
Nah, just leave
and
him there.
I'll like nudge him awake. It's like, "Hello, fellow traveler. Are you okay?"
Hail and well met. I am completely fine. The lady is gone.
Do you want to be my friend?
I see no reason to be hostile towards you.
Nice. I'm gonna tell my mom. I got another one. Nudge Olak and be like, "I'm gonna make her my friend."
Stink eye.
I just respond back. Tread carefully.
We are to bury the Burgomeister of Barovac, and then find her at the seer pools. I take the buried to be after he has been slain. So, what a quest.
I mean, do we have to kill him?
That
Why would we
would
be
have the
taking
same
orders
effect.
from a magical
Well,
lady in a cart?
Would you rather
I have to
ignore
agree
the
with
advice?
Dean on this.
Well, the alternative is to waste away under these mists for all of eternity. I, for one, would rather leave here someday with life and limb intact.
I am also on a time limit.
Lillian's wondering if she needs to stay here, if she's gonna leave.
If what she says is true, our only course is to go forward, and I would accept reluctantly Raphael's suggestion to move forward.
I'm not really the kind of tourist guy who goes to a new place, kills someone, buries them, and is like, "All right, I'm good."
What? So funny.
I'll kind of remember that I didn't ask the other people if they wanted to be my friends. I'll kind of be looking at Lillian the entire time. I'll kind of walk up to Serge and be like, "Hello, would you like to be my friend as well?"
Are you?
I am Dean Morgan.
I suppose if we're meant to take this journey together, we can at least not be enemies.
Sweet. I'll take that as a yes, and I'll kind of write her name down. I got another one. I'll walk up to Lillian. Listen, I think we can be friends.
She's gonna put her hand on her dagger, and then her stomach's gonna growl.
Be like, I have some food. Are you hungry? I'll give you a ration if you just give me like a friendly gesture, just a friendly vibe.
She goes wide-eyed and takes her hand off her dagger.
You know what? I'll count that. Damn. That's a lot of new friends I just made today. My mom's gonna be so happy.
She looks
I
expectantly
want
for
to
that
meet his
ration.
mom.
Yeah.
Here you go. Sorry about calling you small.
And she'll scarf it down.
Well then, onwards to Barovia.
Okay. You guys continue onward, and after several hours of travel, you come to the city of Barovia. You see there's like 2 guards posted at the gate, and you kind of begin walking through, and they kind of look you over and they say, "Travelers, where do you fare from?"
From the lands of Koltana.
It's-
I'll say same.
And they say, "Come on in."
Get off my horse, walk up. Hello. Shake their hands. He's like, Mom always said never to
Hogue.
Oh,
not
no.
look at someone directly in the eye when you greet yourself. Be like,
They
"Hello,
just kind of look at you
Hey, Morgan."
awkwardly. And he says, "Hi, my name is Edelrare."
Listen, this might sound like an odd question at first. I know you're a god, you're doing your duty.
Mhm.
You're like, but do you want to be my friend?
Not really. No, sorry.
I just pat Dean on the back in sympathy.
Kind of write his name on my shit list.
Oh boy.
And you see 2 children that are just crying. It seems like it's just you and the 2 children now.
I'd like to run up to the kids and get up there and kind of like squat down to be at like eye level.
My mommy is Mrs. Durst. My daddy's Mr. Durst. And we don't know much about the monster. But mommy and daddy always say to not go downstairs because there's a monster down there. And they've been down in the basement for a long time and they haven't come up. And we're afraid that the monster maybe got them.
Kids need help.
Lillian's gonna look up the kids up and down, seeing that they're wearing like fairly nice clothes, right?
Yeah, fairly nice.
Do they have anything valuable on them?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna rob these poor kids.
I'm gonna open the door.
Okay.
Okay. Doors have closed ominously behind you. What do you guys do?
Lillian is like on edge because the door closed behind her, but she's also looking for anything easily pocketable. Lillian's gonna check this door right next to her, just give a quick listen and then try the doorknob.
You hear a soft whimpering from that room.
Oh. Then
Like, like an animal noise. You see a little dog poke his nose out from under the table and look at you. And it kind of whimpers.
Can the moment the puppy steps out, can I just like step aside, step everyone aside, just walk straight to the puppy?
Yeah, the name tag says Lancelot.
Did my detect magic reveal anything?
Illusion, necromancy, conjuration.
Oh boy.
And a little bit of enchantment.
Yeah, I'm gonna try out these locked cabinets.
There is a heavy crossbow, a light crossbow, and a hand crossbow, all with bolts. And the unlocked cabinet has a small box containing a deck of playing cards and an assortment of wine glasses.
I'm gonna take one of the wine glasses and fill me up a cup.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. You fill it up, and it tastes delicious. It has like really nice notes.
Okay.
I'm not sure what. I don't drink wine. I don't drink.
very notes of wine.
Notes of wine. Now, while you guys are hanging out in that room, the people in the dining room, the centerpiece of this wood-paneled dining room is a carved mahogany table, surrounded by 8 high-backed chairs with sculpted armrests and cushioned seats. A crystal chandelier hangs above the table, which is covered with resplendent silverware, and crystalware polished to a dazzling shine. Like right before you enter, you hear the clink of silverware and soft whispers of conversation. As soon as you make your way into the dining room, these noises end. A lovely dinner has been laid out, ample portions of pheasant with mouth-watering gravy, a rich grainy bread that has been sliced. There's butter and jam are displayed in glistening crystal jars, while other food are arranged with similar mouth-watering elegance.
Has any of the food been partially eaten, or is it just all laid out?
No, it's all laid out.
Can I look around for like hidden doors, servants' entrances, behind the drapes, that kind of thing?
Lillian sees all this food and looks for anything with apples in it.
does seem to be like some sort of apple pie.
Can I have taken the dog with me, Lancelot with me? Just
One
for-
person's
just
gonna
for you.
steal all the silverware. You're gonna steal the dog.
No, I gotta make sure the dog's okay. He's my friend. I gotta make sure all my
Yeah, we
friends
got to
are
give
okay.
the dog to the kids.
Can I
Didn't
grab
actually-
some food and
did
give
we?
it to the dog?
Sure. Lillian, you said that you were munching down on some apple pie.
I was eyeing it hard.
Oh, okay. It looks really good.
I feel like the dog's about to die right now.
What food do you get for the dog?
Was there anything meaty? You said.
Yeah, I think there was like some pheasant.
Yeah, can I
Yeah,
give
there
him
was-
some pheasant and be like,
Yeah,
here
you
you
pull
go,
some.
Lancelot.
You pull some pheasant, and he kind of crinkles his nose out of it and moves away from it.
I'll put him on the
Trust
table.
Or the food is not good.
You put him
Yeah.
on the actual table, or like on one of the seats?
Yeah. On the table.
Oh,
And be
on the
like-
table.
And be like, fine then, eat what you want.
He kind of looks at it and a little away, and he jumps off to the table.
I'm suspicious. I'm like, I turn to the gang and I'm just like, listen, guys. Any dog that won't eat pheasant is either highly pampered or there's something wrong with this food.
2 seconds later.
Lillian's gonna like take a handful of that apple pie, sniff it real good, and see if it's actually apple.
It smells amazing. It smells like apple pie.
Oh, well, she takes a bite. She's gonna go for it. Here you go.
It is
Oh, God.
so good.
Oh boy.
It tastes really, really good.
Yeah, she's scarfing it.
But
Oh,
just saying
shit.
thirst at him.
Hey, let me look at the dog and cast Beast Bond.
He kind of looks at you like, new friend.
Hey, yeah, like, where are your owners at?
You see image of mid-teens girl. You feel like happiness and loved for this individual, and you feel sort of sadness that the girl is gone, and he went looking for her. He came here because he could smell her, and he thought that the smell went into the house, and then once he was in the house, he realized that she wasn't here, but then he couldn't get out.
I will relay to the group that this dog does not belong to the owners of this house.
Silverware you said was
He's-
silver?
Yep.
I'd like to just start grabbing a handful of this. Kids say it's a monster. But I know from books I read, monsters don't like silver. So, I'm gonna throw this at him.
You're gonna just
Who?
chuck a fork at it?
I'm gonna chuck forks and knives and stuff at it.
At what?
I don't know if it's a monster.
Uh,
Monsters don't like silver from books I've read.
I think once Lillian
Maybe-
finishes up with this pie, she's gonna try loading her hand crossbow with a knife.
You finished the pie, but you're still a little bit hungry, so you go ahead and start munching on some other food.
I'm going to kind of shake my head and just. We came in here to help these people, and now you are stealing their fork.
Yeah, no, I nudge Dean and be like, as soon as we find this like couple and we say, or if we save them, you're gonna return all of those forks.
Oh yeah, I'm no thief. Mama didn't raise no thief. But Mama did raise a smart boy who knows monsters don't like silver.
And now that you've been eating a little bit more, now you've gotten to the point where you've kind of stuffed yourself so that you're totally full. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
As soon as you finish eating, you see the food before you begin to rot. And
No.
just
Oh,
turn.
boy.
You feel absolutely horrible, and you are under the poisoned condition, which means you have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna drink some of my
I'll
wine.
help you with any of my spells.
I look at her and I told you, if
Yeah,
the
it's like-
dog won't eat it, why did you?
I'm gonna like start retching.
Seeing the food rot,
Well, it doesn't
I'm
vanish,
going
it doesn't
to
rot.
pull out my sword.
Okay.
This is no longer just an average house.
This is a cloakroom. It has several black cloaks hanging from hooks on the walls, and a top hat sits on a high shelf.
What's under the hat?
You pick up the hat, and there's nothing under the hat.
Is there anything inside the hat?
No.
Yeah. Does it look like a normal hat?
Looks like a normal hat.
And Lancelot fit in the hat?
Oh, I should have said that when Olark went into the dining room that there was a permeation of illusion magic in there as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that would have helped.
Probably would have helped.
Sorry. You'll have to remind me.
I mean, I
I
thought
don't
a
know,
dog
I'm
not
kinda-
eating pheasants
yeah.
would help.
I'm with Dean on this. Like,
You put a dog on a
Yeah.
dinner table and it doesn't eat it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured the poor starving girl would go for it.
Behind the stone and to the left is a thin door.
I guess I open the thin door.
No illusion magic in this room.
Dean, get the dog.
There's also like a little dumbwaiter right here.
A dumbwaiter. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, can
Can
Lillian fit into the dumbwaiter?
Oh my god.
Actually, Lillian could fit into the dumbwaiter.
Go explore
Don't
for
go-
us.
Don't put a child into a
What if I
That's
tell
the-
Lillian?
Vomiting little girl to go in the dumbwaiter.
She's gonna sit there and look content.
Say we move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys want to go upstairs?
I think we have agreed to go up the
It's the only way.
magnificent castle
Yes.
stairs.
Yep.
Red velvet drapes cover the windows of this room. An exquisite mahogany desk and a matching high-back chair face the hall entrance and the fireplace. Floor-to-ceiling bookshelves line the south wall. Desk drawer is empty except for an iron key.
I'll take the iron key.
Lillian's
Like to look
gonna
around for more
yeah.
hidden stairs and stuff.
same
Passages.
here. Lillian's gonna scurry through the bookshelves.
Seems like it's a false book.
Would you like to pull it?
Pull it.
Let's pull it.
The bookcase slides, reveal a secret door.
What the heck is that?
What is that?
Is that a body?
Okay. There's a chest and there's a bookshelf.
I'll go
chest.
open the chest.
Okay.
I'll check for traps.
Good
Oh.
idea. Yeah. I want Sorsha to do a dexterity saving throw to see if you can stop Olark from opening the chest. Yeah, so basically you're like, oh, Olark, you should have, and then he opens the chest. And then Olark is gonna have to make a save. Oh, wait, it no longer functions. That's right. Okay,
Okay, sweet.
so you're good. But
Hey!
You're like, wait.
I sigh a breath of relief and berate myself silently for being so dumb.
so the chest contains 3 blank books with black leather covers, 3 spell scrolls, the deed to the house, and the deed to a windmill, and a signed will. The skeleton has I forgot to mention, he has like a letter in his hand.
Read it.
The letter says, either the letter has a crest of what looks like a raven. Let's see here. It says, "My most pathetic servant, I am not a messiah sent to you by the dark powers of this land. I have not come to lead you on a path to immortality. However many souls you have bled on your hidden altar, however many visitors you have tortured in your dungeon, know that you are not the ones who brought me to this beautiful land. You are but worms writhing in my earth. You say that you are cursed, your fortune spent. You abandoned love for madness, took solace in the bosom of another woman, a son. Cursed by darkness, of that I have no doubt. Save you from your wretchedness? I think not. I much prefer you as you are. Your dread Tzar and Master Strahd Von Zarovich."
I like to be on the other side and be like, hey guys, what's this door do? And I like to open this door. Yeah, I just like to kick this door in and send my client.
Gossamer drapes cover the windows of this elegantly appointed hall. A harpsichord with a beautiful bench rests at the northwest corner, so it's like the lower left. Near the fireplace is a large standing harp. The harp, basically, and the harpsichord begin to play. All of those who are in the room to make wisdom saving throws. Darn, those are high.
Darn.
What's Raphael doing? Is he going to go up with Lillian, or?
I'm going to follow the small child who is doing dangerous things.
Oh,
I like to kind of walk out of the room, but looking at the piano, going like, "I
Sus.
got you."
Are you going to add harpsichord to your list of not friends?
Magical instruments in a haunted house, in an evil haunted house. They're not my friends.
Straight to the top of the shit list.
I'm going to go through the door to the left, if that's all right.
Can I, before we go, can I open this window? Is it openable? Can I yell out for the kids?
You can't see them from here. Actually, as you look out the window, you see that you don't see the children anymore.
Can I bust the window open?
You're unable to penetrate its.
Yeah, I
So
hear
I
that.
think we're going up the stairs next.
Yeah, let's keep
Yeah,
going.
everyone's
the-
going up the stairs.
Yeah,
No,
we're going to
nobody-
the third
nobody-
floor to find the
Yeah.
basement.
Dusty balcony with the suit of black plate mail armor standing against one wall, draped in cobwebs. There are oil lamps that are mounted on the oak paneled walls, which are carved with woodland scenes of trees, falling leaves, and tiny critters. And then there's this beautiful chandelier that hangs above you.
What's the material of the chandelier?
Gold and crystal. Let me
And
see
does
what
this staircase
level was it
continue to
on.
go up, or is this the last floor?
As soon as the two of you get within 5 feet of the suit of armor, it begins to move.
Uh-oh.
And
Uh-oh.
it looks menacingly towards you. Okie dokie. Well, for anyone watching us on Twitch, be sure and catch us next week and follow us on Twitch. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, be sure and like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next week.